Hey, I just wanted to do a shout out because every person that does this video with me says the same thing that Jen just said as she was taking her mic off. And I'm going to hand it over to her so she can promote how easy this is to do.
This was so easy. It was very fluid. It was, just conversation. I thought that
Just
it was
talking
just
like a friend, right?
Exactly. It's just talking like a friend. I was so nervous doing this, but it was super easy.
So take her word for it. Now you know. Hey everybody, Debbie Cowan here with Prime Lending, and I have my dear friend Jennifer Colon here with us from Remax All-Stars.
Hi.
So welcome.
Thank you.
It took me a while to get you in here.
Yes.
I know, because
yes.
you're very busy. So I don't know if you've seen any of the videos that we do here, but one of the things that we like to do is just kind of highlight you, talk about you. Everybody kind of knows that you're in real estate here, but they don't know probably a lot about you personally, so I dig deep, get all your personal information, except I'll keep a couple of things private. But so I know when we talked, it probably was back in January when we did an open house together, I think, somewhere around there. You were you had just kind of got into the business, and when did you actually get in?
My year is on August 29th.
So not even a full year yet.
Yes.
Yeah, and you have been doing so well. Are you still on a team or?
No, we don't do teams. So I'm an individual. So we have the All-Stars, but we work individually.
So you never were working with a team? Oh, so you've always been on your own. Okay, so I can tell you that I do see you on Facebook all the time, so I know that you're doing excellent. And were you in real estate in Orlando?
No.
Okay.
So my background is that I come from medical. So I've been in the medical field for almost 20 years.
And doing what?
So I was a medical bill encoder.
Okay.
And then I also did health and welfare on the benefit side.
So no sales?
No sales.
Okay.
Yes. I did sales in my younger years, like timeshares. And
you did? Oh, that's a tough sale.
Yes.
So, okay, then I know where you get your sales ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hardcore sales.
Yeah. So, but no, my background is in the medical field. So this is my first year doing real estate.
So how'd you get into it?
I have a new child. Well, she's not new, but she's 2, newer. And I wanted something that I could kind of make my own hours, be my own boss, make my own money, and just kind of evenly distribute work with family.
Yeah.
And real estate was a great option for that.
So I bet somebody had to put a bug in your ear or something. I mean, obviously somebody thought, okay, Jen would be really good with doing this.
So my stepmother, she was a realtor for 27 years.
That's right, I remember.
Yes, and my family, my grandfather was a broker, my uncles are brokers, my grandfather was a developer. So
you've been around real estate.
It runs in the family, so yes. So
now, are they from here or no?
No, so my grandfather, he was a developer in Naples.
Okay.
But then he moved to Canada, and he started his company in Canada.
Oh, wow.
So the Lount Corporation. So that's where my uncles and my grandfather was. He's passed away now. So.
Okay. Is the business still there? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They develop luxury high-rises and condos now.
Not Canadian.
In Canada.
But they do it in Canada. Are they Canadian?
They are Canadian.
They are. Okay. So.
Yep.
What about you? Was it your grandmother or who was in real estate as well?
My stepmother.
Your stepmother.
Yep.
So was she also part of that?
Yes. So she started hers in Naples with her dad, my grandfather. She lives in Canada now too, so she's Canadian.
Okay.
So she started here and moved up there and continued her real estate career there too.
So they told you get into it. It's good.
Yes, so she's been kind of putting it in my ear, for the last few years, like, Jen, you should really do this. I think you would do a really great job. And, I've always liked the idea of it. I've always kind of flirted with the idea of real estate, but I never took the leap. So finally, when I had my daughter, I was like, it's time.
This is the perfect time.
It's time.
So you guys moved here from Orlando, though, right?
Yes. So,
So-
I was raised in Orlando.
So how long have you been here?
7 years.
Oh, so you've been back for at least 7 years. I was
Mm-hmm.
going to say because you started a whole new career and a move, but you've been here 7 years, so
I
you
have,
know Ocala.
yeah,
Okay. So tell me about, because you have an older daughter,
I do.
and do you have another older child?
I do. So I have a 28-year-old daughter, a 21-year-old son,
That's what I thought.
and a 2-year-old daughter.
And yeah, so tell us about how that happened. I can't even imagine. I mean, my kids were 10 years apart. I can't even imagine what.
I'm also a grandmother.
Isn't that funny?
My grandson and my daughter are exactly 9 months to the day apart.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I actually, my 2 previous children, I had at a younger age, had my tubes tied at 22.
at 22?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
And then got remarried to my current husband, and he doesn't have any children. So we decided that we would have a child. So I actually went through 4.5 rounds of IVF
Oh my
before I
gosh.
was pregnant with my daughter,
Oh
who's
my
now
gosh.
2.
And
Yeah.
what's her name?
Amaya.
Yeah, Maya.
Yeah.
Yes. So you had to go through the whole
I did, and that was quite a grueling,
Yep.
emotional, physical, mental process.
Yeah, and financial.
Financial as well. And in the middle of my last course of IVF, I had to stop because they found numerous fibroids. So I had to stop and have 13 fibroids removed,
Oh my
recover
gosh.
from that, and then go in another IVF round after that.
And that was the last
and that
one.
was the last. That's
And
the
it
one that
worked.
took.
So
Yeah.
I wonder if it was because of the fibroids that
That's what
you
we're
were having
thinking.
problems. Yeah.
That's what we're thinking.
So that is quite the story. So how's it, feeling? I mean, what's it like being a mom again with a 2-year-old?
It's a lot different at 42 and at 22.
Yep.
So it's
I
very
know.
different.
Listen, I know when I get my grandkids. If I get them over the weekend and they're 5 and 4, no, 6 and 4. Sorry, and by the time they walk out, on Sunday, I have to sleep. I have to go take a nap. I'm out for the rest of the day. It's
Yeah.
exhausting.
I don't get to check out.
No, you don't get to check out, but you caused this. So it's your fault.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got to be kind of fun too. I mean,
It is fun. It's definitely a different experience being an older mother because of all the experience
Yep.
that you already have from
Yep.
raising 2 older ones.
you're not so freaky.
Exactly. So, and it's, I'm in a better place in my life financially with
Yep.
my career and all of that. So it's a lot more stability.
Yeah. So and your husband had no children before this. So having a girl was probably.
He didn't want a girl.
But how does he feel now?
Oh, he's
Putty, right?
Yes.
She's got him wrapped.
She's got him wrapped, and he's so thankful that he didn't have a boy and that he had a girl now.
It's so funny because same thing with me. I had a son from a prior marriage, and then we had our daughter 10 years later with my current, and he was like, I only want a boy, and we found out, 6 months later with my ultrasound that it was a girl, and he was like, okay, it's fine, but I could tell he was disappointed. And to this day, she's 32. To this day, she can wrap him like
yeah.
nobody's business. That is his entire life, is that daughter of his.
Yep.
So sometimes when they're older and never had children and a bachelor, the best thing they can do is have a girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely humbled him,
Uh-huh.
and it's calmed him down.
Yep.
Because you can't act crazy and
No.
all of that around a girl.
No.
So it's definitely, made him
Relax
a
a
lot
little
more
bit.
mature.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't act all crazy.
That's so
and,
funny.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you see the market right now? What are you seeing? Because I know we were talking a little bit before we started, just a lot of cash business and.
Yeah, a lot of cash buyers, understandably because of the interest rates.
Yep.
I'm coming into the post-pandemic, chaos
Yep.
that everyone was going through, and it's
It's probably easier though, don't you think? A little
I
bit.
don't know. I don't know because a lot of buyers are afraid now. They're so afraid to buy. They're afraid of the interest
Make the
rates.
commitment.
They're afraid of the commitment. A lot of buyers that. they qualify and then the interest rates go up and it knocks them
Drops
back
them down.
down. And so it's just a lot of instability with buyers right now.
Yeah, I mean, going through the pandemic, the craziness, just the abnormal market that we were in during the time with multiple offers, escalations over contract price, all that, to all of a sudden now the rates are up. And I've said it a couple of times on these videos that, and we talked about a little bit when you first came in, I mean, literally probably, what is this, August 1st or August 2nd now, 3rd, whatever it is. But, I mean, May, June, and July, it was like the old days. It was just not like pandemic times, but the time that you're just steadily busy, you're doing, you're closing loans quickly, things are happening fast. And I saw a lot more activity with people calling, because to me, what I see is the buyers have gotten used to, even though none of us like the rates where they are, but the buyers have gotten used to it, so they're not so, gun shy. And I've said it before, oh my God, when the rates started going up in March of this year, I mean, it was like 2-hour conversations with every client trying to talk them off the cliff because they just couldn't believe the rates went from 3 to 6, overnight. So I get it too, but and the other thing for your benefit, I'm seeing, obviously cash is good for you. It's easy. It's super, but I'm also starting to see, because of the investments where their monies aren't doing as well.
Right.
So it's that catch-22. Do I hold on to my cash hoping the market will get better, or do I, because at the end of the day, and this is the other conversation we have. I have it 100 times a day, it feels like. I sleep with it, but it's, the rates are going to come down. So nobody in their right mind is going to keep whatever the rate is today when the rates move down, because they will. That's just the cycle we're going to go into.
Right.
However, can you afford that payment today? Do you love that house and know that it's a short-term fix for a while? Because not because I'm partial to people wanting to take a mortgage, but because I've been in the finance world for 30 years. Today, this market, today where I'm in right now, personally, I would hold on to my cash. And it's still, as long as they can afford the payment.
Right.
And so what I see is a lot of people doing half and half. I mean, we're doing 50% down, 50% financing, because as you have a chance to talk to them a little bit, especially if they're not buying a brand new house. And I have so many people that are coming in from out of state, and I'll go, you're using all your proceeds from your sale, and you want to buy this $300,000 house that, is a 2004. And you don't know when you get here if you're going to need to do some things. I said, so, we had that conversation. Think about maybe wanting to hold some of your money.
Yeah.
And until you see what you're going to need. You can always dump it on the principal later. So I see a lot more half and half. So we're starting to see that. But for, the first couple of months of this year, it was devastating to any lender out there because everybody was doing cash.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I know it's good for you. We hate it.
I can understand.
Yeah. So we hate it. But do you see still like an influx of people coming from out of state?
Yes.
Or yeah?
Yes. So lots of people coming from out of state, down south even.
I've seen that too.
Naples, Fort Myers. I had
South
somebody
Florida.
from Vero Beach.
Yep.
And the homeowners insurance is just so
I was going to
expensive
say
down there.
that's what's happening. They just can't afford the insurance.
No. I talked to a lady a week ago. She's paying $8,200.
Yeah.
And her deductible is $40,000.
Right. Isn't that? I mean, I had we have an office in Boca Raton, and we were on a call the beginning of this week, and we were talking about that if we have to be really careful, like when they bind their insurance for the loan, that they tell the insurance company, we're closing 2 weeks earlier. Because if for any reason that closing gets delayed for whatever reason, and they have to rewrite that policy, they're increasing it again.
Yep.
So even though it's the same policy 2 weeks later, but it's when I left St. Pete, I lived there for like 13 years, and I lived on the water. And when I finally left there in 2000, 10, I said I have to have a part-time job just to pay my homeowner's insurance, my taxes, and my flood insurance. It was insane.
Yep.
And so I get it because ever since we had that storm last year, I can see that, we're having more and more challenges with insurance anyway. But out anywhere on the coast, it's just making it so unaffordable. And I don't know how the government's going to fix this or how DeSantis is going to fix it or whatever, but they need to do something because between interest rates, the prices of homes, and homeowners insurance right now, that it's getting to the point where the affordability is just going out the window.
It's crazy. And then farmers pulled out.
Yeah, farmers pulled out, and I can't believe that because of the acreage.
I know.
That surprises me.
So I have somebody that's selling a home in Naples right now, and she can't get a buyer for it because they can't get insurance. The farmers pulled out, and now it made all the buyers disperse. They don't want anything to do with it now. So trying to sell her home, and it's a beautiful home in Naples, So, but she cannot.
Is it on the water?
It's not, but it was destroyed by the hurricane. So she just got the renovations done on it.
So she had a big claim on it.
Yeah.
That's what's killing her. I think every insurance company out there, it's ridiculous, but if they have a claim, nobody wants to write them anymore.
Yeah.
Without costing an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
So if they get cash, maybe they can get a high risk policy or something.
Yeah. We're hoping. We're hoping.
So are you getting business out of Naples too?
For listings?
No.
No, these are buyers.
Oh, okay.
So they came up and found a house that they fell in love with, went back home, finished the renovations on their house, and we're expecting their house to go within
just quickly
because of the area. And it's been almost 2 months now.
Yikes. I'll give you a name before I leave that he does a lot for me in St. Pete.
Okay.
And maybe he's got an outlet for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't let me forget to give that to you.
Thank you.
So you've been with, what made you decide to take or to move on with Remax?
So Denise, she's my mentor.
Okay.
She was.
That's why I thought you were on a team.
No.
Okay.
No, she's just been mentoring me.
Okay.
So she's my mentor, but me and Denise actually met because she was my realtor. She's the one that sold me my house.
Oh, cool.
And we've just kept in contact throughout the years.
Okay.
And I called her and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about becoming a real estate agent. She's like, oh, great. Let me know when you get your license and I'll try and bring you on board. I'll put in a good word for you.
Oh.
So she did.
Yeah.
So I got my license and put it in.
Well, you made her look good.
She makes me look good too.
She's
an awesome agent.
She's
she's been a great mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I just have to just give kudos to my office, all the real estate agents that I work with. They've all supported me. They've been
great.
A great helping hand. And
it's a good group.
It's a very good group.
Now, are you involved with Women's Council or anything?
I've been to a couple of their meetings.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not involved with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you should do that.
Yeah.
That's a big Denise thing.
I know. She's
part
of everything.
I know. I'm surprised she's not making you, feel guilty every time she has to go to one of those. So.
No, she knows that I'm busy.
Yeah.
So, outside of work, I've got my family and my daughter and all of that to keep up with too.
So does your older daughter and son live here?
Yeah, I actually sold them their house.
Oh, cool. So everybody's here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
She lives 16 minutes from me.
And your grandson or granddaughter?
Grandson.
Oh, so you have a grandson, and he's the same age as your daughter, basically.
9 months, yeah.
That is so nice. That's cool.
They're gonna grow up like brother and sister.
That's gonna be
instead
so cool.
of aunt and nephew.
So he is her uncle? No.
No, she's the aunt.
She's the aunt.
Yeah.
That
and
is
he's
so
the
funny.
nephew.
And which one's older?
She is.
So that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, well that worked out
by
right.
9 months. Yeah.
That's great. So tell me about your husband. So I know he's also an entrepreneur, right?
He's in acting and music, so he does.
Which is very cool.
DJing, and he's trying to get into the theater, play, commercial industry, and get himself back into acting. So he's kind of put himself on the back burner for a little while.
Yeah.
Just because of circumstances.
Right, with the baby and everything. Yeah.
COVID and the baby and all of that. So he hasn't really been able to pursue anything.
Right.
So
his passion is the acting side.
Acting. Primarily.
Primarily.
Yes.
Okay.
Music secondary.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
But yeah, so he's trying to get back into that. He's got a few leads, getting his headshots done, and
Now, did he do it before?
he did.
He did. So where did he do it? In Orlando?
Orlando, Palm Coast,
Okay.
Palaca. So he went to Flow Arts, which is
yep.
in Palaca.
Yep.
So he has a lot of friends that have been in the industry. So he has a lot of people to reach out to. And one of his friends went to California. He's doing films there.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
yeah.
So is it more on the commercial side that he wants, or more like acting?
I mean, he wants to do acting, but you got to start somewhere, right?
Right.
So just getting yourself out there, getting yourself on screen, getting yourself reacclimated to, the whole thing.
So does he have a manager?
No.
No?
No.
You're not going to fill in that spot too?
I can't wear that hat.
No?
I manage him at home.
I'm going to say. So is he going to think about doing that? Or
Yeah.
Yeah? So he's doing
Yeah.
his headshots.
Yep.
So how can we promote him? How can we help promote him? Because right now he's just doing the DJ stuff on the side until he gets heavy.
I mean, if you know anybody in the industry, just
Well,
kinda-
if I did, I'd be doing that because that would be my goal is to be an actress. In fact, my whole family says I am one. So,
Well, I mean, maybe you can both get into it.
well, yeah, I have to meet him. And so, but I mean, do you want to promote any DJ business for him? Is he getting
we
in
actually
here?
we try to get him into the women's council for like the bingo night.
I did, yeah,
Yes.
I talked to Denise about
And
that. Yeah,
I think that they weren't just able to have the funds for
Right,
it, which
for
is
that.
understandable.
Yeah.
But just getting him into little gigs like that, just getting his name out there and getting him in front of people.
What is
and
his name and how do we do it?
His name is Tony Cologne, and you can reach me.
And what is your number, Jen?
It's 386-283-7058.
Awesome. Well, listen, it has been such a pleasure. It went by very fast.
It did.
So I want to just remind everybody she's with Remax All Stars, and I would highly recommend that you give her a shout out because she does an awesome job.
Thank you.
Thanks,
You
Jen,
as
for
well.
coming. Thank you.